And now the latest tonight on the war in Israel. The U.S. military and the State Department are coordinating a rapid American response to the ongoing fighting between Hamas and Israel. Mike Emanuel has more.
Israel's escalating its air assault on the Gaza Strip following the horrific attacks by Hamas, prompting new military moves from the U.S. The Pentagon now significantly altering its defensive posture as it responds to the crisis. The USS Gerald Ford Carrier Strike Group is in the Mediterranean, and a Marine Expeditionary Unit has left a training exercise in Kuwait to move closer to the fighting, all in an effort to deter Iran and Lebanon. And officials say so far it seems to be working.
We've not seen any massing of forces along the border.
And with multiple conflicts to juggle, there are new concerns that U.S. military aid for Israel could make Ukraine a lower priority. The White House says American arms and ammunition will keep flowing to both countries, while also making it clear America's support for the Jewish state is rock solid.
We all have to keep the larger picture in mind here of what's going on and how important it is for Israel to be able to eliminate this very real, very tangible, very demonstrable threat.
And Secretary of State Antony Blinken is on the ground in Israel to make sure officials there are getting what they need, prompting rare bipartisan praise on Capitol Hill.
I absolutely 100% stand behind what the Secretary of State said. The Jewish people need to understand that the United States of America stands behind them.
The Pentagon is also reportedly looking at options for evacuating American citizens from Israel using a land route through Jordan. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
It's a math game. Who has the votes to be the next House Speaker? Republicans have their choice, but is enough support there? The drama could play out for days if Republicans don't unite. Caroline Shively has the latest from Washington.
It's one step forward and another step back. Republicans formally nominated Steve Scalise as their candidate to be the next House Speaker, but his future still unclear.
There's a lot of busy work to do, a lot of important work to do on behalf of people who are struggling.
Scalise won with a simple majority in his caucus, but that's not enough support when the vote goes to the full House next. He has too many defectors right now, with many Republicans preferring Jim Jordan.
At this point, I'm supporting Jim Jordan on the floor.
But even Jordan has said he will support Scalise and nominate him on the floor.
We need a speaker, and Steve is the guy for that.
It's unlikely a vote will happen until the math works out in Republicans' favor. Some are looking at other options if Scalise can't get the votes, like temporarily giving powers to the interim leader.
I actually think we're in a worse situation now than we were last week.
The disunity drawing this process out to day 9 with no speaker, and the timing couldn't be worse, with the Middle East at war. Without a formal leader, the lower chamber can't do much of anything to help Israel. They can't pass emergency aid or even pass a resolution condemning the terrorists responsible for Saturday's bloody attack.
This is too dangerous of a time to be playing politics.
Time for the GOP to end the House Republican civil war.
If Scalise does end up getting the votes to be Speaker, that means his current position as House Majority Leader will be up for grabs. One Oklahoma congressman already announced his bid. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.